How can a man with arms this big not block? Welcome to That's Good Sports. I am Brandon John 316 Perna. Unlike Tim Tebow, former NFL tight end, I wore 316 on my face to remind myself to take my butt acne medication every day at 3:16 p.m. You've heard of back knee. Well, I had ass knee. And as soon as we all witnessed Tebow's inability to block, or should I say block like ass knee, we knew his time in Jacksonville was over. He's been released. But could Tebow be heading to New England? Today, I'll discuss that, how the New York Jets saved every NFL announcer's job, Travis Kelce's terrible life decision, and a breakdown of the Jamal Adams fiasco in Seattle. Woo! That's good sports. Look. We're approaching 250,000 subscribers on this YouTube channel. I would appreciate a sub. I would appreciate you convincing other people to sub. Let's get to that number. Today's episode is sponsored by HelloFresh and their Taste the Summer series. So go to HelloFresh.com and use my code That'sGoodSports14 to get 14 free meals plus free shipping. Right now, HelloFresh has an amazing selection of chef-curated barbecue bundles so you can keep grilling through the summer. My life, with football starting, has made juggling too many things to worry about finding dinner at the store. I don't have the time to do it, so I rely on HelloFresh like a QB relies on his center to deliver the goods. A bad snap could lead to a safety, and I take safety seriously with my chic onion protective glasses. I now have dietary restrictions because my body hates me, but with HelloFresh, they provide low-cal, carb-smart, vegetarian, and pescatarian options. With HelloFresh, food is delivered right to my door, packaged in recyclable and or already recycled material, and I get to choose between 15 menu items every week, with easy-to-follow 5-star recipes that take about 30 minutes to prepare. So again, go to HelloFresh.com, use my code That'sGoodSports14 to get 14 free meals plus free shipping. Chic onion glasses not included. All right, let's dance around the league with NFL headlines. The New York Jets have waived kicker Chris, okay, be careful here, Nagger. Chris loses his job, but an announcer somewhere gets to keep his. Look, I'm sorry, Chris. With the last name Nagger, you can't have a profession where people have to say your name publicly. I'm sorry, man, it's just not gonna work. If we hear the word dinger incorrectly during live sports broadcasts, I can't imagine how offensive the chants would be every time Chris Nagger misses an important kick. Speaking of Nagger, South Park creators Matt Stone and Trey Parker have saved Denver's greatest restaurant, Casa Bonita. Thank you guys. They have purchased the historic restaurant that was facing bankruptcy, which, like their Wheel of Fortune episode, received fame nationally after South Park aired the Casa Bonita episode. Now, the last step for Stone and Parker in showing how much they truly love their home state of Colorado is to buy me and my YouTube channel. For guys who love the Denver Broncos, I'm a little disappointed in my lack of appearances on South Park. Somebody make that happen for me. The Falcons are the first team in the NFL to reach 100% vaccination rate. Nice to see the Falcons actually finish something off for once. The Cowboys are still exercising caution with Dak's shoulder injury. According to Skip Bayless, that's the only exercise Mike McCarthy will ever get.
I'm not taking a shot at him about this, but he's a little heavy, and I wouldn't want my head coach in the National Football League to not look the part at all.
I don't think that's a fair shot.
Okay.
And I'm allowed to have an opinion, Skip. I am allowed to say whatever I want to say on this show, as you do too.
We're
Broussard will join us and he will react to Westbrook's comment, and maybe I have more to say next.
Dak won't play this preseason, but he should be ready to go for the season opener, so don't worry, Cowboys fans. And if there is a God, Jenny Taft will be my co-host within a year when South Park buys this channel. Shitty SoFi food coming at you. Now I get why people were so pissed off at the Rams-Chargers game last weekend. Look at this pizza that cost $15. The pizza, though, wasn't even the worst part of the food selection at SoFi. You've got a hot dog that's more shriveled up than a dick after an ice bath, and I legit didn't know the third item was even a burger until I read the tweet. This shit makes the Firefest food look like Michelin star worthy. Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce shaved his beard. As a man with a beard, I can say it's nice to no longer have Kelce in the club. Seeing the enemy every month at our beard meetings was tough. Now, Travis Kelce, I think, is the only guy on earth who can shave off his beard, and somehow it makes him look older. Kelce responded to the internet's backlash, though, of his facial hair choice with this updated photo on Twitter. A scribbled on digital beard. Travis, if you want to get that beard back quickly, maybe try Man the Fuck Up Beard Growth Enhancer, which is real and is endorsed by Dennis Rodman. No, seriously, I cover that in tomorrow's episode of Odd Man Sports on the Game Day YouTube channel, so make sure you sub there to check it out every Wednesday, Odd Man Sports. Now, rookie edge defender Odafe Owe said Justin Houston is like Yoda, which means every time I see Justin Houston drop a quarterback, I'm going to imagine him saying, "Sack you, I must." And then the refs flagging him for taunting. Tom Grossi interviewed Packers president and CEO Mark Murphy. I sent Tom 5 questions to ask Mark. As a tease, I will give you the 5 questions I gave Tom, so let's see if he comes through. Question 1, does Aaron Rodgers have a nickname for you, Mark? Question 2, what the fuck were you thinking when you let Goody draft Jordan Love? Question 3, have you successfully cloned Jake Kumaro and reverse-aged Clay Matthews to appease Aaron Rodgers? Question 4, how does it feel to be the only team president who could be fired by the fans? And question 5, did you ever see Brett Favre's dick? Adam Schefter tweeted that Tim Tebow had been released by the Jaguars. Then I tweeted, end of an era. And then Small Baller replied, end of an error. And damn it, Small Baller, that gave me a good laugh this morning. Simple, stupid, funny. You've got the key to my heart, Small Baller. Now, you were either rooting for Tim Tebow to shine, or you sick, twisted folk wanted to see him fail. Personally, I wanted to see Tebow catch a few TDs this season. Selfishly, that's good for the YouTube business. But I also understand that maybe there is someone more deserving to take that roster spot. A young, hungry player who has yet to secure his bag. And to be fair, in terms of a football critique, Tebow couldn't fucking block worth a lick. And that's the kind of thing that will get any depth player cut in the preseason, so credit Urban Meyer for doing it. Tebow's like his son. Tebow's celebrity is also so powerful nobody would have blinked an eye had Urban kept him on the roster. The only Florida tight end not expected to block this year is Kyle Pitts. So sorry, Tim, but depth players have to be able to do the little things, the grunt work. You know, blocking, special teams contributions, and waxing Shad Khan's mustache every morning. So the question now becomes, will another team take a chance on Tim Tebow, All-American tight end? America? Maybe. I think it's the Patriots. Not just because Tebow spent time with the organization, not just because they are desperately trying to replace Gronk's production, but because all of their tight ends are currently hurt. Right now, Jonnu Smith, Matt Lacoste, and Troy Fumagalli aren't even suiting up for practice. Hunter Henry was already injured, like he is every season, and left practice today to get rehab on his injury. Their only healthy tight end at the moment is Devin Asiasi. Bringing in Tebow as a camp body for an organization that already knows him is not actually crazy. I'm not saying he would make the final roster, and I'm not sure what the practice squad rules are for former baseball players, but if those 4 guys can't play, you might want Tebow to ensure you have enough tight ends to make it through Thursday night's preseason game against the Eagles. Plus, Tim Tebow and Cam Newton they can show Mac Jones all of the incorrect ways to throw a football. And the big story, did the Seahawks really overpay for Jamal Adams? In terms of his contract, no. The draft picks they gave up to trade for him, yes. Here's a narrative I am so sick of seeing. Really good player signs big contract. Jealous people bitch about him being overpaid even though the team can afford it. Seattle has $49 million in cap space next year, so who cares? Jamal Adams became the highest paid safety in NFL history with a $70 million contract. That includes $38 million guaranteed. Now many are saying he's just a linebacker, criticizing the organization for overpaying for just a linebacker. Well, actually, if you look at Fred Warner and Darius Leonard's deals, they signed within the last month. The Seahawks are underpaying for a linebacker who can also play safety. Sounds like a good deal to me. Jamal Adams gets just $38 million guaranteed. Leonard got $52.5 million guaranteed and was $750,000 away from hitting $100 million total. Adams should have asked to be paid like a damn linebacker since that's how he's used. Now, why did this deal take so long? Why did the Seahawks have time to fly to South Dakota to meet with the Bears for a Russell Wilson trade that didn't happen but got stuck on $2 million in guarantees that forced Adams to miss training camp and practice time heading into the preseason? Unpacking this situation started in the summer of 2020. The Seahawks sent 2 first-rounders and Bradley McDougald to the New York Jets in exchange for all-pro safety Jamal Adams, who couldn't negotiate an extension in New York. Or perhaps more wisely, did not want to be extended in New York. Extended in New York, a 90s rom-com starring Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan about a couple whose connecting flight at JFK keeps getting delayed. Anyway, back to Sleepless in Seattle. The Seahawks already spent a pair of firsts on Jamal Adams, a box safety who's a big presence in the run game and rushing the passer, but only has 2 interceptions in his career. Essentially, most people who know defense agree that you shouldn't spend that kind of draft capital on a safety, period. Especially one that's not a coverage specialist. But Adams did prove his worth last year when he was healthy. But giving up picks and then having to dish out a huge payday is a big no-no for any position not named Aaron Rodgers. Now, Adams had a solid season in Seattle, making his 3rd Pro Bowl, but only playing 12 games overall. It seems like he had an impact though. The Seahawks went from the 22nd scoring defense to the 15th after adding Adams. The Seahawks defense gave up 21.5 points with Adams in the lineup and just over 28 points per game without him last year. So he's worth almost a touchdown per game, which seems pretty significant to me. He also had 9.5 sacks in 12 games last year. So again, tell me how he's not a linebacker. The two sides have been trying to reach an extension to keep Adams in Seattle for a while. Since he got there, really. The new deal includes the $38 million in guarantees, but reportedly Adams wanted $40 million guaranteed. That's where this thing hit a snag, in addition to how some of the bonus money was proposed to be spread across the 4 years. Talks were close, then this morning it looked like Seattle drew a line, and it appeared as though Adams could get tagged this season. Luckily, the two sides worked it out, because if last season taught us anything, it's that these practice and game reps are important to get veteran players' bodies ready for the regular season. If the problem really was $2 million in guarantees and some restructuring, they should have probably just given in and called it a day. But Seattle seems to be really good at pissing off their best players, holding their ground, and then, oh shit, getting their way, which is what happened. From the Seahawks' perspective, they were probably like, dude, we gave up 2 first-rounders for you. Do you know how hard that makes it for us to draft your replacement? Can't you cut us a break on the $2 million guaranteed? And then surprisingly, Jamal Adams said, sure, why not? Fuck it, let's do this. And now he's a Seahawk for the foreseeable future. Thanks for watching That's Good Sports. Please subscribe here on the YouTubes. I'm on Twitter at Brandon Perna, Instagram at Brandon Perna, my coffee company, BenchwarmerBrew.com. And if you want, click the video on the screen. I got so many videos for you to watch, I'll make you throw up by the end of the day.